noticed how everything seems to be moving at a really fast pace? Time seems to be going by so quickly, and yet we always feel like we're running out of time, but we're not getting any more done. Today, I have a solution for you. And on Iconic TV today, we're going to talk about the rise of coaching and consulting. How can you use this in your business? How can you add it to your own business? See, a lot of times when people think about coaching and consulting, they think, oh, it's going to take so long. It's going to take up a lot of my time. I'm going to have to do all this extra work behind the scenes. And that is not always the way it has to work out. So there are three different ways that we're going to talk about. You can implement speed into the way that you grow and scale your business when you bring in a great consultant or coach to help you grow. And if you are a coach or a consultant and you are looking as ways that you could maybe enhance the delivery of what you're doing, this might be something that you could look at. So let's go ahead and dive into it. And since this is all about speed, we are going to go really, really fast today and talk about the rise of micro consulting. A lot of people don't understand what this is and what it means. Does this mean that you are just doing less time and you're getting less results? Does this mean you're shortening the length or the duration of the consulting? That is actually not it. A lot of people think, oh, it's got to be 12 weeks or 6 weeks. No, you actually need a lot more time, a longer length in many cases to get the full result, but you can actually compress time and compress the learning. And that's what the brilliant part about this is. So we're going to start talking with one of my favorites, which is speed sessions. And why do I love this? Is because years ago, I ran a racing company. And what I found is that studying racing was probably the biggest impact on helping businesses grow, how you could move really fast, but you had to eliminate all the excess. And in a lot of times when people are coaching people, they're just throwing in all kinds of things to make them seem smart and important, and it's not necessary. And what we do at Iconic Business Advisors is we pull things out and we minimize the excess so you can stay singularly focused on the one thing that's going to change your business dramatically. And that's really why you're doing this, right? So the problem is that busy professionals, they don't need more meetings. What they need is momentum. Like, show me how to get there faster. Usually they're the bottleneck, and we need to remove that. So it's not about putting more time on the schedule and more things to do. It's about implementing faster, learning faster, changing faster. And that's really the outcome that everybody wants. So micro consults are kind of like an espresso shot, right? For your business. They're going to be fast, they're going to be focused and highly energized. Do you ever feel that after a coaching session, you're kind of drained? I'm like, oh, that's so much. I don't know what to do next. And people go into analysis paralysis. It should be the exact opposite. After your session, you should be held accountable for what you're doing. And then you know exactly what the next steps are. And then you move forward. And so then when you show up to your next session, you're ready to go. You've had the work that you needed to complete done. That's how quickly and how organized it should be. So if you're not experiencing that, definitely hook up with us, because this is about looking at time and transformation. Sometimes people think it's one or the other. It's actually both. Okay. You want to maximize the time that you're putting in, but you also have to maximize the transformation. And sometimes the two don't work together. It's like friction. And what are the things that you do in the beginning when people start learning something new? Do you notice how they always feel overwhelmed? It's because there's a resistance to learning new things. People don't really want to change. They want the change, but they don't want to change. And so what you have to be in consulting is you have to be a master at managing the time, but also mastering the transformation for people. And if you're not getting that transformation in your work with you, whoever you're working with, you're probably not focused on the right things. And so what we like to do is focus exactly on the right things. Imagine if you knew what to do next and next and next, and you had an implementation order like a Gantt chart where everything flows. You know what you're supposed to do week 1, week 2, week 3. And I can give you a whole roadmap, an entire year of exactly what you need to do for your business, whether you work with a coach, consultant, or us. Either way, just go to callconnie.com. We will book that time. It'll be about 45 minutes, and I'll outline exactly what you need to do based on where you're stuck. Okay, not what everybody else is doing or what's happening in the market, but based on where you're stuck and where your goal is. So just go to callconnie.com and we will set something up for you, because this is the key. What are you focusing your time on, and will it get you the transformation? So you can shape all kinds of things, but you might just be going really slow. It might look beautiful, but again, the bottom line, what are the results? We're very results and outcome focused, not just having the goal. Having the goal is one thing, but hitting the results is where the rubber hits the road. So let's talk about these 3 ways that you can do this today, all right? So you can look at the length of time that you're working with someone, and then the transformation that's going to happen. So 3 things that we're talking about today is, one of them is called speed sessions. What this is, in our company, this is unlimited sessions with us, as many as you need, okay? Book it as often as you want to. And you might get bored of us or sick of us, but you can book as many as you want to. But they're micro sessions. They're all about speed. They're 15 minutes. And we have mastered this skill. So speed sessions are strictly focused on a 15-minute session. So you can't have fluff. Hi, how are you? My dog did this. None of that silliness, right? Just stay very focused. Who does this work really well for? A lot of times it really works well for people that are still stuck in operating their business. A lot of times doctors and attorneys, practitioners in their business where they're still doing all the work and they can't pull away, but they need the help. Okay. And so speed sessions works really great for that. Imagine if you just had a quick, what we call an RX call, right? A prescription. I need to know what to do next. And okay, that works. Great. I've had clients that they only needed 2 calls and scaled their business over $1 million. It can happen that quick. The second thing is a VIP day. It's a concentration day where you take everything and you boil it down to full or half day. We do 4 or 8 hours. And what happens before that session is we get all the information. We gather everything that's going on in your business. We do a full assessment. We work on it for 3 days straight before we even meet you. And then we deep dive into the material. And you will come out of that like, wow, I know exactly what I need to do now. Or you might want a full day where we outline it, give you a full report for every department, every person, what all the profit looks like, what would happen if you move this much or this much, exactly what you need, a prescription for your profit year. And then the third one we're talking about is fractional executives, where people will come into your business, whether it's in person or you work together online, and they work on a specific focus. It might be helping you with your HR. It might be helping you with your marketing or your sales. You need to get a sales team set up and somebody to manage it. Maybe you just are a new startup, but you don't have the right people in place. And maybe you have a company where the senior is exiting and you want to build a legacy play and start grooming the next leaders. So that's how a fractional can work. And they can come in for weeks. They could come in for 6 months. They could come in on call, just being on retainer. So do you see the flexibility of that, where you don't feel burdened with something all the time if that's not your style, but you can do it PRN, as they say in the medical field, right? As needed. And this is the beauty of speed, right? And you could combo all of those. You could do one, then the next, and stair step to the next, which is what a lot of people they do. They don't really know if they can handle it all. So let's do speed sessions like, okay, let's do a concentrated day so I know what to do next. And then they're like, okay, come in and fix this for me so I can do that. Fractional is great if you not need some things done for you. So for example, in speed sessions, we break it down into different areas and different places we can focus on. There might be 4 or 5 steps here, 6 or 7 steps on this topic, 3 steps on this topic that you're going to work on, and then you're going to work on it. And then we get together for that quick speed session and then move forward. It's really cool. So think about this. What happens when people do this is they go from overwhelmed to optimize. There's usually so many things on their plate, they can't figure it out. And then after a call, it just feels like, wow, I had a really nice 3-day break or a 3-day retreat. And they feel so refreshed because there's absolute clarity. That's the thing that's missing for most people. They just don't know what they should be doing next. And what do? They freeze, they stall, they do nothing. And have you felt that? This is why we built our business around you. So depending on the type of business you have, the type of personality you have, and the type of business structure that you have. Maybe you're online, maybe you're retail, maybe you're a service business, maybe you're a startup, maybe you're still in concept mode and you're trying to get the funding. Wherever you are, there's a right strategy and a wrong strategy. It's not that everybody has this one single cookie cutter framework that they have to go through. So this is the importance of booking a call. We can tell you we can't help you with that, but this person can, or this person can. So go to callconnie.com, find out, what do I need? What's best for me at this point in my business and in my career? So, is this kind of fun? I love speed sessions. We're going to go fast. We're going to do this whole session about half the time that we normally do, because there's one thing I want you to understand: how quickly you can get a result, how quickly things can turn around for you if you just know where to go and what to do. So book a speed session. It's going to be a 10-minute call. I'm going to ask you 7 questions in that 10-minute call, and I'm going to give you the exact answers of the next 3 things you need to do in your business. That's how simple it is. So your first speed session is absolutely free. Just go to callconnie.com. And here's why it works. There's no fluff. There's no extra. Nobody is, trying to sell themselves anymore, right? It's just the focus on what you need to do. Like, do this step. And people say, hey, what about this? And I heard about this. And they always want to throw in all these ideas. I'll give you a quick answer like that. The other thing is that it's built for decision makers. If you're the kind of person we say, this is what needs to happen, you're like, great, I got it, and I'm going to move forward. But if you have to stew and debate, and I don't know, it feels so uncomfortable, okay, you might need something other than speed sessions, right? You might need a little bit more nurturing and hand-holding. But if you can say, yes, I got it, I'm going to move forward on this, I'm going to take action on that, perfect for you. And accountability is baked in. The number one problem when people hire a coach or consultant is not getting the work done, and they stall. And now you have a built-in accountability mechanism. That's why a lot of people would add this on to what they're normally doing. You might have a great coach or consultant, but maybe you need us to actually give you the clarity and the accountability to move forward, so that whatever you're putting your investment into actually pays off. So this is why it works so well. So fractional consulting, which we talked about, is like the new full-time genius, right? Somebody comes in with their genius brain, their genius mind, but it's singularly focused. Your mind can be on all other parts of your business, but this person is laser focused on that specific area, and they don't waver, right? They don't get caught up in any other drama. They're just simply focused on that one specific area, get the result, move on. Okay. And you can keep them on retainer, you can bring them in and out, you can move them to different areas. For example, I cover every single area of business, whether it's HR or sales or leadership or marketing or operations or tech, can do it all. Some of our consultants are very specifically focused on different areas. So you decide, okay, we have somebody for anything that you want, but imagine bringing in some super geniuses, right? Imagine bringing in like 4 or 5 different Elon Musk's type of brains to come in and turn your business around. So again, it's like a brain trust. You're thinking, who are the best minds that I can use, but I don't have to pay them a $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 salary just to be a part of it, plus benefits, plus time off, plus manage all their stuff, right? You don't have to deal with any of that. It's a brain trust. You're getting the best of the best. It's like you're slicing off the top of the cake and just eating the frosting. That's the cool power of fractional consulting. So you want to find a format that fits for you. It's that simple. You're going to look at the duration. How much time do you need? Whether it's how much time in a session, right? Or how much time over time. Do you need someone for a long period of time, just a little thing to get you over a hump? Sort of like tax season. You just need someone to help you through that couple months there, but then you're okay. So what kind of duration do you need? What is the focus that is really holding back your business? Start there. You might think one focus needs to happen first. A lot of people say, I need leads. And that's really not it. They actually need to look at their branding and their market positioning, because nobody's coming to them. The leads aren't coming in because the branding is all wrong. Right? There's an order to all of this. And think about, what is your ideal client? Okay. Who do you serve? And then how is that personality? What are you going to do? You might think everything is great, but maybe you need to switch your client and you need some help with that. And then the ROI timeline. Like, do you have a long runway? Can you really work on something and let it stew but not make money and then have all the big money at the end? Or do you need all the money up front and then go through it? Maybe you're just looking to hire somebody to help you get the funds in. These are all different ways that consulting can help move your business forward. Just got to find the fit. Is it speed? Is it VIP days, full day, half day, fractional? Or is it a done for you all in immersive consulting situation? So you get to decide what is it for you, and then we'll implement it. Okay. We'll outline it, implement it, and you decide, hey, that looks good, or no, just give me the roadmap and I'll do it myself. So you have lots of flexibility with the speed session. Again, this is not something we talk about all the time. It's very customized to each person. So if you want to know more about it, just again, tap into us, send a message, just type speed sessions below and we can do it. And we use all the AI. And sometimes the biggest thing we're seeing right now is companies need to know how to implement an AI strategy into their business. And this is one of the hottest things going right now. For something like that, just to have this strategy implemented, set up, tested, and make sure everybody understands how to work within it. You don't need somebody all long term, but you do often need this done for you. And this has been something that's been a game changer for a number of businesses that we're talking to. If you're at that stage where you know you have to get AI, you're not doing it enough, you're having slow adoption, you're getting some resistance from some of the people in your company, bring us in to do an AI strategy for you or to look where you need to do it, not everywhere. The fact is that 91% of big corporations that are implementing AI are not profitable from it yet. So if you're looking at this and you're a small to medium-sized business, you're going, you know what? I know I need to do that, but if I don't do it, I am going to get surpassed, but I don't want to lose money. That's where we come in. Put something in place that makes you money, not loses money, and doesn't make you lose time. So that's speed sessions. This is the example of how quickly you can learn something, learn 3 or 4 different ideas. You learned today, there's speed sessions, really quick 15-minute sessions that you can do. You can do VIP days, full day, half day, where you're just concentrated on something, get a report, get an outcome, follow it all on your own. And then you can have somebody step in, have a genius mind, step into your business, transform the whole thing, and you will be amazed at how simple it is. So much easier. By the time you bring in a fractional executive, you will probably still be trying to look for the perfect C-suite person to bring in. It's so quick. And that's what we really need today. Do your business faster, make money faster, grow faster, and hit financial freedom faster. So if you loved this session today, let me know. Book a call. Figure out how can you implement speed into your business just like this, and then come back here next week at 5 p.m. on every Tuesday, and I will show you an amazing thing that's going to blow your mind next week. You do not want to miss it, so we will see you then.